Hello friends, this is a short video to give you insight on how you can use Instagram for ministry. In other words, how you can use Instagram to promote the gospel. First of all, we all know that with social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, they have allowed us to be able to impact people's lives around the globe. With social media, you can be able to reach thousands and even millions and billions of people that's on official level you can never be able to reach. The diversity of social media allows us to meet people than ever before, people of different culture, people of different languages, people of different backgrounds. Social media has allowed us to reach such people. Understanding using social media as a ministry tool, just as Instagram, you have to understand the golden rule here, which is you should always remember that there's no golden secret to overnight success here on social media. I would say instead, let us adopt the Habakkuk 2 verse 3 system, which makes us understand that even though the vision seems slow, wait for it, it will surely come, it will not delay. So it's how social media is to here. Social media, it's not an overnight success, but it's something that you need a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work in order to get it through. Yes, it may seem somehow perhaps overwhelming to see how to use these social media tools to be able to reach the people in the world by showing them the gospel. It's not something really difficult. It's just all about putting a dedication, doing your own part in order to promote the gospel using social media. You do not really need the most beautiful designs to put on social media. No, there are many social media channels that just uses basic text and they are reaching millions of people. When I mean hard work previously, it's all about being able to interact with people you know you might have never met, being able to respond to people's messages, and always interacting with people's posts to make sure that they are all following up with you and you are following up with them. Now, back to Instagram. What is Instagram? Simply, Instagram is a social media tool. Instagram has about 1 billion users in the world, and surprisingly, 76% of these users are teenagers, and 90% of them are younger than 35. When I mean 90% of them, I mean 90% of the 1 billion users are younger than 35. And one thing you also notice in Instagram is that Instagram is all about visuals, photos, and videos. That's what it's all about. Whether photo, whether video, that's the major content on Instagram. Now, there are different sectors on Instagram that perhaps you want to get familiar with. Now, this is 3am News own Instagram page. I will just use it to highlight the portions here on Instagram. Instagram, first of all, has its feed. It's a place, it's actually the point where your content are. From the 3am News, you can see 3am post. This is actually related to as feed. Then the profile. The profile is like the identity of the ministry or whatever it may be. 3am News, this is its profile. It contains the picture and a little bit of the about of the ministry. Of course, here it's called the bio, but it's all about the brand or the ministry. So in this case, this is the about of 3am News. Of course, Instagram, there are different sectors on Instagram, but the basic thing one needs to understand in order to be able to get followers, get engagement. If you want to really use the gospel, push the gospel further, you need to ensure that on social media people are engaging. And here on Instagram, how you know engagement is same thing how you know it on Facebook, which is through the like, through the comments, and through the share. So when someone shares your content, he or she is engaging. When someone likes it, he or she is engaging. And when someone also comments, he or she is engaging. And the key to meet these criteria, the key in other words to make sure people are doing this, is trying as much as possible to put content in different formats, in different varieties. I'll just give you 4 tips on how to get followers on Instagram. Like I said, remember, Instagram is not an overnight success. In general, social media, it is not. It depends on discipline, hard work, and consistency. You have to be consistent over a long time to be able to reach more persons. Now, first of all, one of the criteria here to make sure that you're on the right point in getting followers on Instagram is posting frequently. Posting frequently. You could do that twice a day. Make sure maybe in the morning and in the evenings. So doing this, you are constantly engaging with your users. So perhaps there are people who will not be able to meet up with your post in the morning. Perhaps they are going to work. They will be able to meet it up at evening. So by doing that, what happens is that the Instagram AI, the Instagram artificial intelligence, notices that you are posting frequently. So your followers will always receive your notification, will always receive your posts on their timeline. That's the first key. Second, it's posting great photos or compelling content. You have to ensure that you are posting content which people would love, or photos also which people will really engage with. These are the key things. I know sometimes people feel that if they do not post good photos or great photos, they will not be able to reach people. No, that's not true. Posting content, it can just be text. Posting content helps a lot. I'll just give you an example of an Instagram account. This Instagram account is called Trust God Bro. Now, it's all about the gospel, so preaching the gospel using words of encouragement. And you can see from this timeline, there's really no fancy designs. It's all about text. Only few times you see fancy designs. So you can see that many persons need more of the content, what you have to tell them, words of encouragement rather than just design. So even in simplicity, you can reach a lot of people without having so much skill. So even though you do not have graphic design skill, but being able to come out with good content, you can put them on simple black and white or white and black backgrounds, and people will engage with it. And the third rule now, it's writing a great caption. A caption, it's a part of Instagram itself. I'll just use Trust God Bro. I'll open one of their Instagram posts to show you how it works. Now, this is an Instagram post. This is the caption. The caption is actually the first comment from the user who posted it. So like on Facebook, when you see someone post something there, you can see a written description on top of the image or video they posted. Whatever is written, it is called caption. And the idea of caption is actually to capture. So whenever you post something, put in a good caption. I know this is already a popular account. They may not have something to see here today, but if you check their other posts, they have a lot to say on their captions sometimes. Now looking at it, nothing is impossible for God. And they came here also to reiterate to you, nothing is impossible for God. Putting the nothing and God on capital letters to re-emphasize on the Bible passage. So this is the part of the things that attracts people, that brings people to your page or your profile. Then also hashtags. Well, hashtags, many people are not usually used to hashtags, but nonetheless, hashtags are kind of tags with a hash. So for instance, if you tag someone on Facebook, the person gets notified that he or she is tagged. Then for Instagram, hashtag, it's also used by Twitter too. Hashtag it's all like tagging a particular word or a particular phrase. Maybe you've been on Twitter before and on the section on trendy, you see some hashtags that are trending. I could remember during the NSAS period, NSAS was trending everywhere. You could see hashtag NSAS. Yes, that is an hashtag. So using hashtags helps a lot. Like example, if the whatever you are posting contains the word of God and you put hashtag gospel, there is a possibility that people who are interested in the gospel will receive it. I'll give an example for you to get it clearer. The point here is, thought I could find any hashtags. I couldn't, but now let me explain how it works. If you post maybe a content on Instagram or on Twitter or on Facebook and you put a hashtag, let's say gospel, if there's a user who usually likes posts relating to gospel, then he or she will receive the notification, not notification, but he or she might stumble upon your posts in his or her feed, and the person may not be following you, may never have engaged in your content, but because you use an hashtag which he or she usually follows, then they will eventually like your post. So these are the four basic things to get started with having followers. Now, after these four basic things to get started, there are other things in order for you to do to sustain your followers, and also to help your followers let other people know about your ministry or the gospel. And the first thing is establish relationship. You may be wondering what it means to establish relationship. It's simple. You have to interact with your followers. Example, I would say as 3 a.m. ministries, you can be taking prayer requests, encourage people to bring prayer requests. You could help them, pray for them, and encourage Bible engagements, just as Trust God Bro. You could see that there are a lot of quotes that helps Christians to trust God more and to help them to have communion with Him. It actually encourages people to look more up to God. Then also research. Research is basically the knowing what your users are more interested in, or rather what your followers are more interested in. Example, I could want to do a Bible study on the Great Controversy or Desire of Ages. I could do a simple poll rather, Great Controversy or Desire of Ages, which would you prefer for us to study on? You can do that on your Instagram as an Instagram post, and when you do that, you give the opportunity to your followers to decide, and based on the higher percentage of people for either of the studies, then you will do that. So in that way, you know what your followers want, and you make sure that you are engaging them. So it's a form of engagement which keeps them locked into your content. I will recap that aspect now. I will recap. First of all, in order to start getting followers, you need 4 things. Remember, this is a recap. You need 4 things: post frequently, post compelling content or good photos, write great captions, and also add hashtags. Then make sure you get followers. Then establishing relationships, interacting with followers. It helps you to keep your followers in place. So after you've gotten them from the first 4 guidelines, then you have to sustain them through relationships, establishment, and interacting with them. That's the way you get to them. Then also spreading your message. After interacting, you need to make sure you are spreading the message to them. You are allowing them to see the messages. So you could do that from your content, share content, and also from sermons. There are times when you watch videos, maybe on your WhatsApp status, short videos. Yeah, these are actually cut out from long sermons, let's say 30 minutes preachings, into maybe like a 30 seconds or a 1 minute sermon. This actually encourages people to easily share. Because of social media, the attention span has now become low. So using 30 seconds or 1 minute videos gives users, or those your followers who are interested, an appetite to listen to the full sermons. So with that, you are able to capture them. Then also going live on Instagram. It's necessary that you go live on Instagram. It helps people to get acquainted with you, with your ministry, or with whatever you do. So I hope this short video insight has been helpful. Further on, we are going to talk more about how to use these social media tools such as Instagram practically. So in the upcoming videos, I'll be doing something relating to that, so we can get a whole practical idea of how to really use the Instagram as a preaching tool. So for now, we have been able to get the whole insight, what it means, how Instagram is beneficial, and how to get followers and how to sustain your followers. I hope you take these lessons, and while the other lessons comes up later, you will be able to add this knowledge to that knowledge to make yourself a better gospel preacher in the social media world.